Yo, what's poppin', family?
What's good,
It's your
y'all?
boy Chris.
It's Ariana. What's up?
What's the
Welcome to
word?
welcome to Anchor Practically Podcast.
Let's do it.
Nice to have y'all back. It's what episode 3, I believe. We're on episode 3 now. Wow,
Yes, episode 3.
we flying through these episodes.
Coming through. Shoo.
Yeah, we flying through these
Flash.
episodes. So for those who are watching us, we are on YouTube too. Y'all can go to our YouTube channel called Anchor Practically. And we are also streaming on all platforms. Y'all can see us on Apple, Google, Spotify, all those other platforms as well. Y'all can listen to us on there. So we appreciate y'all
Yeah.
for listening and watching. If y'all are on YouTube, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure y'all
Like, comment,
coming back and,
subscribe.
giving us some feedback, interacting with us. There's gonna be plenty of things that we are going to have y'all react to and give y'all opinion on. And if you're listening to us, just listen to the audio version of us. Make sure y'all, if there is a possibility on any of the apps that you're listening to, rate us so we can get on other people's recommended page, man.
Yeah,
So we can get this
please.
podcast out. So
Yes, we need.
we're gonna kick it off with our first segment, and that is Facts of the Day. So today is April 12th, 2021, and we are going to give y'all a couple of facts, some national holidays, and then a Black History fact on top of that. So kick us off with the first couple of facts, man.
All right. So, the first fact of the day is going to be it's National for 12's Day. Never heard of that before, but
Me neither.
it's I mean, is it new? Is it a new day?
I don't know.
The
It's probably happened before. We just now knowing what it is.
national 12 day
National
12.
12's Day.
That's that's interesting. Okay, all right. Okay, so the next national day it is National Licorice Day.
National Licorice Day. You like Twizzlers?
Yes, yes. Twizzlers are actually good. I don't eat a lot of candy, but for those candy lovers out there, just go get some licorice.
Yeah, go get some licorice. Licorice.
Ah,
That's how you say it when you're a kid.
nah,
Ma,
nah,
ma, ma, can I get some licorice? Some licorice?
nah, man, nah. It's National Colorado Day. You know, we live in Chicago. We really don't.
For y'all Colorado people, it's y'all National Day on April
It's
12th.
y'all day to
Celebrate.
shine.
Y'all have fun because y'all can have fun. Y'all got some good legal things out there that most places don't.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, I actually want to come to Colorado. So if you got a lot of good, cannabis spots, please let me know. Please let me know.
For shitty.
And then last but not least, today is National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day. Love grilled cheeses, please. Just go get
It's
one.
a
Go get
it's a
one for us,
beautiful
please.
buttery sandwich with cheese in between its toast, and it's a great sandwich. Most definitely a sandwich I grew up on with some Kraft cheese.
Ooh, crab cheese. Ooh, or American
Oh
or Swiss.
yeah, switch it up. Get
Yeah,
some. Ooh
yeah. Just man, go crazy with the cheese. Just
yeah,
go
man.
crazy with it, man.
Get nice, good
That's some
cheesy
good
cheese
stuff.
sandwich. All right, here's with the Black History fact.
All right. So Shania Twain became
Shania
the first female.
Shania Twain.
Shania Sh- Shania Twain became the
Mm-hmm.
first female artist in music history to sell at least 10 million units with back-to-back releases.
That's history, y'all. That's history. If y'all know who Shania Twain is, go Google her. She's an amazing, amazing artist. Um, she got
I can't give anything.
some dope hits. And she's still an active artist. As of 2019, she released an album, so she's active for sure. So y'all go listen to her most recent things. She's staying in the ropes.
Yeah, just go check that out. I've
He don't know
never
about
heard
no
her
Shania.
music,
He ain't know nothing about no
but
Shania Twain. I
I don't
grew
know
up,
who that is.
I
But
grew up listening to Shania Twain, and
yeah.
she's incredible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm an old head when it comes to music because thanks to my parents.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's great. It's better than
90s,
today's.
but 90s music all day, most definitely.
Yeah, 90s
90s
music all
music
day,
all
but I
day.
can go back to
90s.
70s music and 80s music because that's where the bops were.
That's a bit before my time.
That's where the bops were for sure.
Yeah. 1990s for me. All of that other stuff, that's
You
good for
you
you guys.
you've most
But
definitely listened to music from the 80s and 70s and don't even know it.
I mean, I have, but I don't listen. I mean, I don't listen to. I'm not really like an old head. I'm not really like. I'm just a '90s guy. That's just my
That's
mentality. Like I just
fair.
like to listen to that. You know that's more me. '70s, '80s music. I mean, I've heard it, but I don't really know people that was
Come
making
on,
music back
you
then. I mean,
listen.
I was born in '99. I mean, how am I supposed to know? What's going
It depends
on
on
with
if you grew up on it. If you grew up on it, then you will know about it. So for me,
probably my no. Continue. Go
for
ahead. Go ahead.
me, growing up, they didn't let us listen to secular music like that. I wasn't listening to secular music until I moved out here. That's when I started listening to music. So like 2011, 2012. That's when I wasn't listening to that's when I started listening to music that people listen to today. Like
Yeah.
like yeah. Yeah, we all we did was listen to old music and gospel. That's it. That's the only things we listen to.
Yeah, I mean, well, gospel is good. Gospel. I listen to a lot of jazz too. Jazz is
Oh yeah,
that's
like
good
jazz
music.
too. Yeah,
Like
because there's no harm in
or
that.
instrumental music. Yeah,
I
that's
love instrumentals
yeah.
because I'm a musician. I love it. It's great. Instrumental music is fantastic.
Go
On
listen to
to
it.
our main topic of today. It is about this generation. Since we're talking about generational music, we're gonna talk about our generation, Gen Z.
Ah, or if it's our
It
generation.
is our generation.
No, no, no. I refuse to
Okay,
put
what do you think
myself
we
with
are?
this
What do you
generation.
think we are?
Where do we think we are?
Which
We
yeah,
are?
what gen do you think we are? You and I, we're the same
No,
age.
I mean we're Gen Z, but I just refuse to be a part of a society that is so far broken. How about
I
that?
mean, yeah, I mean, but you cannot take away the era you were born in, right? So we we came about in a whole new generation. That generation switched based um on what our generation likes, and different things switch, right? Our music styles, our
Mm-hmm.
habits, like what things we like. That's when the new generation comes about. So I don't think we probably won't get another gen for a while, because the kids that they're babies right now. So we don't know what they like in particular yet. Probably for another 5 or 6 years we'll know. And maybe that's when the new gen will come about. But
These kids is bad. I don't know, shoot some these kids bad, man.
you don't got to tell me. I
I
know.
just say, bro, man. Oh my god.
They are bad. But
Yeah.
our first question is, um overall, where did Generation Z fail? Where do we fail? I For me, I don't I think in some aspects we did fail, right? Like there are some things that every generation carries some bad habits from the previous gen, right? So us for millennials, I mean not for millennials before us because we're Gen Z, right? For the millennials, there
Mm-hmm.
were things that their parents um didn't teach them that they could possibly pass to us, right? So my
Right.
parents are maybe I don't know what gen they would be considered. I don't know if there's Gen X or millennials. I think they might be Gen X though, the tail end of Gen X. So for them, what their parents taught them that were baby boomers, right? They were in the boomer era.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the things that they should have known were not taught, right? So money management,
Right.
one huge thing for millennials right now, they don't know how to manage money, right? So because their parents didn't teach them, or their parents didn't know how to do it because their parents didn't teach them, now it's something that we have to fix, right? So our kids don't have to go into another generation of not knowing how to manage their money correctly. And that's why you and I are preaching so much that even on the last podcast, last episode, we were saying get to know what it means to have generational money, what it means to have financial
Yeah.
stability, what it means to have multiple streams of income, right? So outside of
Mm-hmm.
money, right? What
Right.
other things do you think our generation has failed in?
I mean, personally, I just think, I mean, majority of areas, we fail in. Um, it's too many to count. I don't even think that we're half of what the 1930 to now. I don't even think we have for that. To be honest with you, we fail at financial literacy. We fail at love. We fail at caring. We fail at, I mean,
Morals.
just
We feel like morals.
pretty much. We fail at being
Right.
ourselves. I mean, at this point, I mean, it, I just say everything. We just failing at everything. I mean, we're not good. I mean, it's certain things that we're good at. I mean, as far as the sports, we're amazing at. Obviously, the kids that we have now in sports are just super talented, able to do whatever they want to do. Being on the field or even in court or tennis or whatever case may be, they're just good. Um, in terms of like mental things like deep conversations or like trying to care for
It's
somebody or
tough
trying
now.
to figure out if you love someone, like that's just the
It's
hardest
tough.
thing to do in this
It's tough.
generation. Like
I
it's
think
just
I think
it's
it's tough because I
scramble.
think in some aspects I think because we're a shift, like we're like there's a huge shift with our generation. Especially coming from
Mm-hmm.
after millennials to us, right? There's a huge shift when it comes to our gen, right? And so I think in some
Yeah.
aspects, like there, some people find it hard to explain, right? And
Mm-hmm.
for millennials, I'm gonna guess, right, that they weren't taught to express how they feel, right? And that's why stress
Right.
and depression is so high right now because children when they were growing up, they weren't taught how to express themselves correctly. So that's
Right.
why we have suicide at an all-time high like we did,
Yeah.
depression, stress, anxiety. Um, we're super high because not only just being black, but in general, talking about how you feel is not common, right? There's this stigmatism that
Mm-hmm.
for black people that therapy, we don't need therapy, right? Some people think therapy is not useful. They shouldn't have to go to another person to talk to them about their problems. And I feel like that's an ignorant
Mm-hmm.
statement to have because all the things that black people have gone through in the past 400 plus years, at some point we need to talk about it. Not with us talking about it to another brother or sister, which is fair. We should, right? But talk to someone
Mm-hmm.
professionally who can give you that advice to go ahead and not only move on from it, but to heal from it correctly, right? We so
Right.
stuck in a spot where we think we can fix our own problems, which we can. We have as much power as we can to fix it on ourselves. But we can go to our friends and family and parents on advice, right? But when it comes to mental stability and all that type of stuff, we're afraid to step out and go to someone else that could help us, who's went to school for this, trained for this, knows
Right.
what to say, what the
Mm-hmm.
right things to say are, what the correct habits you need to do to change, right? And I think like even now, I'm I'm interested in going to therapy. I think it's something that
Mm-hmm.
we should all have interest in at one point, right? But for some of my family, they like, I don't need no therapy. I don't need to talk to nobody about my problems. They gonna talk
Yeah.
about it to somebody else. Now,
Mm-hmm.
legally, they cannot, right? They cannot. There's a
Right.
confidentiality agreement there that you're not supposed to talk about it. That's basically like HIPAA, right? You're not supposed to talk about
Mm-hmm.
your health history with someone else or your anything that's going on with you specifically. They're not supposed to talk about that with other
Right.
people unless it's just in that frame of work and they're passing your photo on to another nurse or doctor and like, all right, this is their photo, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I think people specifically our race need to get over that. Like all the things we've gone through, we need to talk about it, right? Not only when it comes to us in our day-to-day lives. I think every single Black person has buried on the stress of what happened to us, what happened to our ancestors, right? We all buried that on. I feel like we all have a burden when it comes to that. We're uncomfortable with what happened to us. And if we know, like, if I know my great grandmother's mother or her mother's mother was in that situation, right, when it came to slavery, and I know that, it's going to bother me because I know it happened to people down the line that I care about, right? That I love, right?
But that okay, I see what you're saying. But that was okay. For instance, that was like three, 400 years ago, right? So my thing would be if okay, I see what you saying that like you concerned for that person that was in slavery. Like okay, I understand that, but that burden shouldn't be on us in this generation due to the simple fact. I get that that's our family or that could have been our cousin, mom's mom or dad's or whatever case may be, but we can't forever hold that necessary grudge or that issue with them. I mean, yeah, it happened. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, it's like it's something that nobody really wants to talk about. But it's like at the end of the day, like how can I say this without it being like controversial? Like we gotta scratch that. Just scratch that. Scratch that. I'm gonna say like this. We gotta. I think we have to forgive them in order for us to
Yeah.
fully move on. So I see it like once we officially like everybody talks about it, everybody gets their feelings out about it. I feel like we can all just be at peace
I,
at last.
I
I feel like
right,
in a
right.
way,
I agree. But this is why I say it's a burden because in modern day we deal with modern day slavery, right? We're still dealing with
hmm
that. And for us to have to deal with that, even still go back to the stress and go back to the bad memory of what it was, we unfortunately have to bring that to the forefront and we have to think about that today because it still exists. It's still going on.
yeah,
Racism still going on. Segregation still going on, right? We still have to
hmm
carry that on and bring that on because we're still fighting to make people aware, right? So it doesn't
right,
happen. So we can stop having it be a cycle every generation, every new century. I feel like at some point
hmm
we shouldn't have to talk about it in its extremity to where it like it hurts us a lot. Like it's still gonna hurt us, right? But I don't want it to
hmm
be to the point where we're still mad, we're still upset, right? It's still like we're pissed
right,
that it happened, right? Because we were taken away out of our
hmm
comfort zone to be somewhere for the benefit of someone else, right? So
right,
I think forever we're always going to feel that way. But I think at some point we got to be like, once we get people to understand that it was the most extreme thing that could happen to us, and there is plenty of more, unfortunately, more things that have happened to us outside of that that we eventually want
hmm
to not only like just I'm not saying like to move on from it, but we want to make people aware that it happened and respect us because we wouldn't be a country if it wasn't for us, right? We just want them to acknowledge that everything that's going on right now is because we started the foundation of it. We built the very
right,
grounds that most of these homes are on, most of these businesses are on. most of these families that are thriving off of generational wealth and intergenerational wealth because of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make it.
Right.
I see what you're saying. Like, you don't want us to like continue to make it like. Are you saying like not to make it as an excuse, kind of, or like?
No, no, I wouldn't never say that. I mean, I'm just saying like it's like it just gets to a point where like I get we're still mad about it. People are still highly upset about it. We've always felt some type of way about it, but it's like at some point we all gonna have to realize like we just gonna have to just continue to keep going for. We gonna have to edit that. We gonna have to oh my god, what was I gonna say, man? Uh, we go. Oh, okay, okay. All right. So we just gonna eventually just have to, just um, we just gonna have to eventually just accept it, like, and just apologize, but like, just
Yeah,
let them know how we stand. Just talk about it. Like, it's okay to talk about what all our ancestors went through, even though
yeah,
nowadays that would never happen. I feel like our generation is way too violent to let something like that just slide. Um, Now I know a lot about slavery. Like I watch a lot of
that's
like
it.
movies and stuff about it, but I wasn't there, so I necessarily don't know every single thing about it, obviously. But from what I know, it's time to just talk about it. Like we can't continue going like 1,000 years down into the future, just like, oh yeah, slavery happened. Remember that? Remember you enslaved us, and remember you did that, and you did. It's just like at this point, let's just talk about it. Let's just, if y'all want to give us our reparations, you know what I'm saying? Then let's do that,
Exactly.
and
I
then let's
think.
just move on.
Go ahead.
It's yeah. No, I was gonna say it's really nothing that we can do. I mean, like we could like it's like it happened so much so long ago. It's like to a point where it's like, all right, like this happened in, let's say, I don't know, like 1885, okay, 1885, right? This happened. Now, how can we still be so angry, so mad at something that happened in 1865? Half our generation don't even understand what
Because
really happened during
they don't
slavery.
understand it because it wasn't explained to us, right?
It wasn't explained right, but who's going? Nobody's. We don't have a black leader. We don't have a black leader that's leading us to to where we want
I
to be. We don't have that. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Tupac. We had the three Pacific black leaders, right? What all happened to them? They all got assassinated. So who's
I
next up?
think right. I think at right now we do have people that are trying to get people informed on our history, right? Because they know all of our
Mm-hmm.
lives we weren't taught it. We were They spoke about it, right? But it wasn't necessarily like
Mm-hmm.
everything that was factual. They want us to know. They will
Right.
tell us stuff that they want us to know, right? And unfortunately, that's how it is still. Like
It is.
I think just to end up like I think we just want white people to recognize and give us our due that because of where
Yeah.
most of them are, it's because of us, all right? They're privileged because
Mm-hmm.
of us. They have certain things because of us. It wasn't them out there building railroads. It wasn't them out there building buildings. It wasn't them out there picking cotton. It was us
Right.
who was doing all of that so they can get their gain, right? And so they can
Right.
trade and barter for things, and we get no type of credit for everything that's been built, right? So I think we're just coming to a point where
Right.
we just want them to acknowledge and accept the fact that not only they needed us, but now we need
Mm-hmm.
each other, right? So it's like
Right.
it's time out for us to be so against each other when it comes to stuff like that, or when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to us, period. Us living day to day lives, like we're talking about racial injustice and us out there marching for equality in 2020. Like 2020, this stuff happened. We talking about the 50s and 60s where we had activists out there marching just for us to be equal, for us to be treated fair. And still to this day, 70, 50, 60, 70 years later, we're still fighting for that very thing. And it's frustrating that we do have to keep bringing up the simple fact that this thing that is embedded in history that hurts us, that will forever hurt us, that we have to
Yeah.
talk about constantly. This is a conversation we're going to have with our kids one day, that beyond me, your
Mm-hmm.
grandparents, and your aunties and your uncles, before us, there were people that were building this very ground that you're on, right? Living, forced to live in a country that was not, that forced to come to a country that wasn't theirs, right? It was people here before
Mm-hmm.
Columbus got here. That's a whole nother different thing. But you're taking us
Oh
out
yeah.
of a country that we were comfortable in, that we were calling out, that we were creating for us. All those things, think about all those things that we built here. If we weren't taken from there, we could
Mm-hmm.
be the greatest country, have some of the greatest countries in that continent, right? In Africa, we would have everything that we have here: infrastructure, buildings, businesses,
Mm-hmm.
us being the billionaires first, right? We could have all of those things there if we weren't
Right.
snatched from our natural land. And I think we're just trying to get to a point where we just want everybody to acknowledge it, okay? Just acknowledge it.
Yeah. I say it like this. Moral of the story is
Period.
we want reparations. If you want us to fully move on and to fully, like just say what we got to say, just pay every black person in America the money that they deserve,
We should be
and we
getting
just gonna leave it
Black
at
people
that.
should be getting bonuses every week, every day, every month
Exactly.
for
Reparations are
everything that
due.
that is being done.
We
There is even like today, you could have a
be
black person
talking
and a
about.
white person at work. They doing the same job, and the black person will come up with the grand idea. The white person will take the credit for it, and they will get promoted. They would get promoted over us, right? Even though we came up with the idea, we worked with them. It was teamwork, right? They take full credit. They get the promotion over us.
Yeah,
We're doing the same job. We're doing the same job.
that happens every
Like,
day.
not for only for just black against white, but even just for women fighting for equal pay, equal rights. Like, that touches bases everywhere when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's true.
But
That's very much
I
true.
think
Hundred
everything
percent.
comes to all that is together, because I think in every generation, when it comes to us, back to coming us, like building things and learning how to handle our money and save, most importantly, like millennials don't know how to save. Like they don't know how to save, and that's something that I don't know, because I'm not white. I don't know. I'm not raised in a white family. I don't know if white people were taught how to raise correctly. They probably, 9 times out of 10, they probably were taught how to save correctly. That's not something that we're taught, right? outside of that,
No, no, no.
outside
That
of them
man,
getting
half. Let me tell you.
inheriting the money that was left for them,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, no.
White
Listen.
people giving money, they just know how to
No.
blow through it.
What
That's what they
I
do.
feel like
They don't know how to manage it.
that's because half the time white people already got money, bro. Half the
Exactly.
time white people already got money. They already like they got bands on top of bands on top of bands. Like you could see. I like one time I was downtown. I seen a 70-year-old white boy. I'll never forget it. This man, he was driving a AMG Mercedes Benz. It had to be the same year. It was like
That's a good
2017. It
car.
was 2017 AMG Mercedes Benz. I'll never forget it. My thing is, it's like people my age, that's my color,
No,
you're not gonna drive no
right.
AMG or anything. Like, you're not
Unless
gonna
we
drive no
on social
Mercedes
media
Benz.
trying to please people, like, and doing other stuff like that. Like, that's the only way we making money like that. Or we've been acting
Exactly.
since we was 3 years old. Like, and now we can get the car we want, or
Hmm.
stuff like that. Just entertaining people
Yeah,
in the entertainment business. Let's say that.
yeah. I mean, but like I'm saying, like I'm not knocking
Facts.
anybody's hustle. You know, he could have hustled for that
Hmm.
car. Like he could have really got the money and bought that car. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that 9 times out of 10, it's more likely for a white man, white woman
Yeah.
to inherit their money, like because they had their grandfather, or their father, like they had like a company that was a
Hmm.
Fortune 500 or whatever. They're millionaires. So I'm not saying every white person is a millionaire. That's not true. But I'm saying that if you see, like, let's say, like you see a white guy and he has money, either it was a hand me
Yeah.
down or he really worked for that cash. But you're not gonna see a 17-year-old black boy with a Mercedes Benz.
And
That's just
if
not.
you
It's
do
not.
see it with
It's just not
somebody,
likely.
guess what? They're gonna get treated different from a white person that's the same age with
Yeah.
the same car, the same hustle, and we gonna get treated different. They gonna assume we
Hmm.
stole the joint. Like,
Yeah.
exactly.
But the police will. As soon as they pull you, they try. Matter of fact, they'll harass you. First off, we get harassed if we driving a
Even
nice car.
even
Like
if
if
we
we
in our
driving any
thirties,
nice
in our
car and we
forties,
get
and we've
pulled over,
been
the first
working for
thing coming
20
out of the
years
car
in our
smile.
field, and they still harassing us.
Exactly. Like, look, for example, you get pulled over by a police officer. You driving a let's say you driving like a McLaurin or something. Okay, cool. You got a McLaurin. They pull you over. First thing that come out your
Is it
mouth,
yours?
oh, this is a very nice car. Did you steal it? Is it yours? Is it in your name? License and
Or they'll
insurance,
just come,
please. What? Wait,
or
why I gotta steal a car?
they'll just
Just to,
come,
what you mean?
or
Like,
they'll come to the
what?
exactly,
Like,
or they'll come to the car
bruh,
extra
I live in the
aggressive,
hills.
like this ain't your car. Step out the
Exactly.
vehicle.
With guns drawn out, like
Get on the
what?
ground.
Like they be doing so much for, like, it's ridiculous. Like they already got they got their hand on their gun,
Bless me.
tapping their
Excuse
gun
me.
already. Like they ready just to
Or if
blast
it's
you
or
as
even
soon
if
as they
it's
get to
still in
your
a
window. You
holster,
know what
they
I'm saying?
probably got
Like
it
it don't
drawn at that
matter.
point before they even. You got one coming up to the car, coming to your side, then you got
Exactly.
a partner on the passenger side with the
Yes,
gun
on
drawn.
your side with a flashlight. If it's night, bro, they be doing us so wrong. It don't even make sense. And it's like they so scared of us, but it's like we don't even be doing nothing. We just be
We're just going
driving.
to we're,
Like it's
we're just going to go
ridiculous
get something to
almost.
eat.
It's like, bro, you
That's
can't
it.
go nowhere.
Going to go visit our mama.
Matter of fact, in the city, for example, it be gang members standing outside in front of their house or whatever the case may be. Police are they be on bikes, they'll be in the car, or they could just be walking the streets. They still harass the people that's standing outside. Yo, y'all can't be standing there. It's mob action. You gotta move around. Like y'all gotta do it. Like just tormenting
They
people
have
for no
nothing
reason.
better
Like you
else
got no
to
reason, no
do.
at
They have
all.
nothing else to do. Like,
How? Chicago, there's a shooting every 5 minutes. Go pick up that shooting. They be so scared to even get there. They be, oh, we not finna go over here. They shoot. You got guns too. You got a whole
they be having
vest.
more weapons
Like,
than the
what are you
people in the
talking
hood
about?
shooting
Like,
at each other.
exactly. Man, I ain't trying to hit none of that, man. Look, listen, man, they look. Chicago Police Department, they do a lot. They do too much. Like that's what I can speak from. I can speak from Chicago. As far as the out of state police, I don't know nothing about that. I never was pulled over before. I never got into it with a cop. But best believe like all of the things that we see on the social media, like that stuff, that's scary because it's like they could stop you next. You know, they can kill you next just for just being black
And it's
or
on.
being dark skinned. I mean, damn,
Right.
you could be part white and
You
Irish,
could
they
be
still kill you.
biracial. They will
It don't matter.
still approach you unless you look
They
like
will
you
still
could
kill you.
pass as
Like,
white before black, right?
that's and you barely making it at that. If you even if you light skin and
Hmm.
you black mixed with something else, you barely just making it. They probably still
Exactly.
fear you just based off your voice. You got have a deep voice, light skin, talking about, oh yeah,
Right. Pull him out of his car,
you gotta
harass him a
shoot
little bit
this
more.
dude.
We gonna have fun with this one. Like it be
Yeah,
cops
talking
that
about put him out
literally
of his
be
car.
doing trifling stuff like that. Like
Right, man. Bro, yes, over trifling, bro, over trifling. Like they be doing some real wild stuff. Like one time, bro, they take gang members from their hood and put them in the enemy hood, and they just leave them there. Then they drive away and be like, oh, we ain't gonna see nothing. If they start shooting, you just
that's
don't kill them.
ghetto.
You just it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like in the burbs, we got the
I don't
code
know either. I
enforcement
be
police
seeing
out
them.
here. I don't
I
even know
don't.
what that
I
is.
don't. Yeah, they be around here.
They be by your house.
They be around here. I see them all the time. They just be they'll either be
I don't
sitting
even
in
know
a
what
lot
that
somewhere,
is,
or
man.
matter of fact, they'll just be driving down the street. I'm like driving down my block, like
Bro, it's so weird. I don't even know, bro. Just be careful and stop driving
for
fast,
sure,
please, because there's a lot of car
man.
accidents this shit.
Y'all gotta
Just be
be
careful
super safe.
driving.
Like I'm like overly tense when it comes to like
Yeah,
just like me going in a store and leaving my siblings in the car, or having my siblings running the store and I'm not going yet.
yeah,
It like even though these things are not happening in my state, in my area, in my community, they're still nerve wracking. Like these events
mm,
are these mass shootings, even going into a
yeah,
grocery store to shop, like going to go get your nails done, like just living, minding your business. And these things are still happening. It's
yes,
crazy
exactly,
that you
exactly.
have to be more than aware. You're always supposed to be aware of your surroundings. Even if you going to a restaurant, you checking your exits. You going to the
Yeah,
club, check your exits. You going to the grocery store, check your exits. Like
all that.
make sure if something happens, you know where to go, right?
Yeah, because matter of fact, like yeah, like Ari saying, like it's bad. Like it's not bad out here, like in the
It's
suburbs or
terrible.
whatnot, but in the city, like it's bad. Like they recommend you if you come to the city of Chicago, you need to have a gun. Like if you don't, it's gonna be bad. Like it happens in like the
Yeah, you don't even expect it.
it happens at the most unexpected times. Like it don't matter.
The
You could go
gas
into the corner
station,
store, and they just get to shooting. Like you go into the gas station. That's like anytime you go to the gas station, that's dangerous. Like they be shooting up the
right?
gas station, and remember, it's only one exit. So they start shooting inside of the
Right.
gas station. Where you gonna go? You know what I'm saying? These kids nowadays, they be having AK-47s and ARs, and they be having like the 30s with the switches and the 40s and the 45. They be having all types of guns. Now, not to mention they don't care about who in the store. They gonna shoot trying to kill whoever they trying to kill.
Right,
They might
right.
take like four
Killing
people's
innocent
lives and not even
bystanders,
hit
and
their target. You know?
you just shooting, pulling the trigger,
Yeah.
like
Like
you, like
just pulling the
it,
trigger, don't even care. Like not a care. They we had a problem with what they call
yeah.
it
It's still up.
carjacking early
Carjacking is
in
still up,
January.
and
We had a
even
lot of
with that, like
carjackings.
now, my mom would be like, "Yo, don't if you going somewhere, you want to go pick up dinner at 6 o'clock, take somebody with you." Like, it's crazy because
Mm-hmm.
they will literally
Yeah.
pull beside your car and yank you out your car and take your car. My thing is, what y'all doing on these cars? Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all got some secret
Mm-hmm.
warehouse I don't know about, like, and y'all selling parts out these joints? Y'all on Craigslist with these? Like,
No.
I'm gonna catch my car on Craigslist.
No, like they literally take the car just to get caught by the police, just to get out the car and run. So basically, it's not even it's like a 30-minute run
I
with
call the
with the
police, get
stolen
them my
car, pretty
license
much.
plate. Now
Like
they
it's
on
not even
you.
that long.
Like,
So it's like
what
they're
is
not even
your
getting money from
point?
it, right? Eh, I don't even. I don't even know, but yeah, violence is up, man. If you go, I advise everybody to go get their FOIA card. If you don't need one, go get a consent carry license because
That's up in the stuck. That's
it's
not
up
gonna do
there
you.
and
It's
it's
up in the
stuck.
stuck.
So please be careful. Okay. All right. So, all right, go
Yeah,
ahead. Pump them up segment,
we
social media minute.
are going to
Let's give
give
a shout
a
out.
shout out to people that are doing positive things in their communities. Not only in their communities, but if they have an impactful way of reaching people all over the world, even in the country, people that are doing things that they don't even want people to know. Where we're supporting people, we're acknowledging people that are doing great
Yeah,
things, people that are starting up food drives, especially in this crazy time in this pandemic. There are a lot of food drives opening up, feeding the homeless, trying to even not even just the homeless, people that can't afford to feed their families. They are doing food drives and stuff like that. So we're acknowledging those people that are spending money that they don't have, and they are giving back to their communities because your community means everything, right? You grow up there, you been around the people for so long, and at some point you never know, one of these days they might need you, right? So you always gotta be willing to have a lending hand.
yeah,
So uh, in addition to that, we're giving props to people that are starting up their own businesses, especially upholding their business in a crazy time. There's been a lot of businesses that have closed in this pandemic. A lot of small businesses have closed, man.
yeah.
And it's not funny because recovery for them, if they can recover, is going to be hard. It's going to be hard, man.
Yeah, that's
Yes. Yes. And
they
I
lost a
and
lot of
I
money closing.
I
A
commend
lot of
those
money.
who were fortunate enough to keep their businesses up. So we got Focus Wear Apparel. This is he's a Chicago clothing brand. And I really like the style of their clothes, right? They got hoodies, shirts, sweatsuits. You can go on their Instagram. Their Instagram is focus.wear.apparel. It is focus.wear.apparel. Y'all can go and tell them that Anger Practically Podcast sent y'all, and let them know that y'all are there to support
Yep.
them and buy their merch. If y'all want buy their clothes, right? If y'all want to talk to the owner directly about shipping and purchasing things, you can add him on Snap at Trey underscore 1982. Trey underscore 1982. They 1982. They only as far as I've seen on
1982.
their website, they only have one thing on their website right now because they're trying to get everything back up, right? So if you want to go through him directly, which
Mm-hmm.
I have been going through him directly, you can DM him and he will give you all the information, ask what you want, all type of stuff. Super duper professional company. He's professional about his stuff. He's about his business. He's not gonna make you pay for something and not send you nothing. It's super professional. He's gonna make sure that y'all getting y'all apparel
Right.
and that y'all fly on top of that. They got some dope color hoodies. They got some great stuff. But if y'all want to go support them, like I said, their Instagram is focus.weird.apparel. Focus.weird.apparel. And his Snap, the business owner's Snap is Trey underscore 1982. That is Trey underscore 1982. So to end
1982.
this podcast, to wrap it all up, I know we were kind of like, yeah, Destination Game. I know we were kind of like off topic a little bit when
Destination
it came to our topics or
game.
whatever. But we were kind of like all over the place when it came to that, right? But I, sometimes it's best to
Yeah.
go off the program, and if you own that topic and you feel like you gotta get it out, then you gotta get it out. Um super duper important.
Mm-hmm.
So to end this podcast,
Yeah.
like you said, we're gonna do the destination game. This is a game that we do at the end of every single podcast to keep our
Better
listeners
find
and
it.
viewers engaged in our content. So the rules are, you are the rules are you're going
Man, I
to
look old.
he's going to give you a couple of clues about the country, the city, the state, the continent, and you will have to guess it. So you're going to comment down
Yeah.
below with either a business that you have, either your personal Instagram, Twitter, Snap, and we will shout that out to the very first person who gets the like all those places correct, right? So it's one specific place. Y'all have to guess it. Whoever is the first person, we
Yeah.
will be supporting you and shouting out whatever you want to get shouted out. Go ahead, give them the clues, bro.
Yeah. Y'all not gonna get this one because I didn't even get this one at first, but I got y'all. All right. So the first fact is women make up 64% of the parliament
Parliament.
the parliament. I
Parliament.
think I said that right. The
Parliament.
right the what the parliament.
It was close. It's okay.
Dang, I thought I said that right. The parliament. Sorry, guys. All right, then the second fact is the smallest country in East Africa, occupying an area of 10,169 square miles,
Mm-hmm.
and 26,338 square kilometers. The fifth fact is it is one of the safest countries in the world, and the last fact is the population.
12.6
It holds a
people. That's a
population of
lot of people.
12.6 million people.
If you, I sent you what this place looked like.
No, it's not.
In that small area, it don't look like that many people there.
For,
It's a small area.
why you just say
There's
that?
a lot of. And I'm not.
What are you doing? You just basically
They don't know
telling
how.
them.
Now the
Now they
other
know
place I
that
sent
it's
you
a
was mad
small
small.
like place.
They were all small. The first place.
Nobody was gonna get that. No, literally
With the clue,
nobody was gonna. The first place nobody was gonna get.
you didn't know nothing about the
I didn't
place that
even
we're
get it.
doing
I didn't
now.
even know
You
that
didn't even
even
know about nothing
existed.
about the place before that we were that
Listen,
from the other day.
listen, guys. Look, listen. I do. It's Africa. Everybody know Africa.
Not everybody.
Anywho,
Exactly.
Ari be over here trying to send y'all all across the world, and she be trying to like
It's supposed to be fun.
pick the places that be like the hardest
It's
places
supposed
to
to be
pick.
fun. Y'all supposed
If you
to.
was to look at the map and try
No.
to find it, you wouldn't even see it.
It's supposed to be fun. I'm trying to make it fun
Guaranteed.
and difficult and easy all at the same time. So I'm giving them 4 facts. They could Google any one of
Come
these
on,
4 facts and
easy.
the answer.
Gee, no, they can't use Google. You got
Well,
to
they
use
gotta
the
make sure
map
that
to actually find it.
ah uh,
That's the whole
nah.
point of the
Now
game.
they're going to Google it. They're going to Google it.
See, this is exactly what's wrong with Generation Z now. Just lazy.
Bro,
Everybody just lazy. They
dude,
don't
just
want to
like
do nothing. They
we
just
talked
want to
about that
Google things
on
and
the
just get the
second
answer just
podcast.
like
We
that.
second or first podcast. We said
Just
all we
lazy.
do is use our phones. Everything's on our phone. Nobody is using a roadmap no more. We're using our phones.
You need to use a roadmap.
Some people
Sometimes you
parents
need to
be
go
doing that
old
and making
school
them
in
just
order
use
to
roadmaps.
live. Sometimes. Listen, guys, listen. Moral of the story is stop being lazy.
You
Just
use a
look
map.
at a map.
Next time,
Just use a
like when
map.
you
I
come
mean, damn.
on your
Like,
phone
it's not
or a
that
physical
bad.
map.
I do use a map. Watch this.
If you finna
Oh,
go,
my
if you
map.
finna go to maps on your phone,
on my,
I don't
on my-
want to hear it.
Bro, listen. You can use the map on your phone. Literally, just type in map, right? And then just study it. Because I mean, everybody know in 7th, 8th
That
grade
was a
you have
thing.
to take the Constitution test.
Still to this day,
So
for
you
some
have
reason,
to
I don't
know
know
stuff like
everything.
that. You have to know stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lecture you guys ear off. Anywho,
Whoever's the first one, we
good
gonna
luck
shout y'all
finding
out.
it.
Make sure y'all do what we
Leave a
said in
comment
the
if you do
rules.
find it.
If you don't do that,
Yes,
then you ain't going.
most
I mean, even if you don't
most
have a
definitely,
business, we
you
gonna
can get
shout
a
you
big
out.
shout
You the
out.
first person. We gonna shout y'all out. And
Yeah,
whatever social media platform y'all want to shout it out, we will
but
do that. Okay. If it's positive, you doing something positive on social
if
media, we'll shout you out. Let me put that
most
out
definitely,
there. If you doing crazy stuff, crazy negative stuff,
I
I'm
got you.
sorry. We in a no negative zone over here.
Hey,
So
I'm still going. I'm gonna
if
shout
y'all
you
doing
out.
crazy stuff, then I'm sorry. Second person it is.
If it's acceptable crazy stuff, I'll give you a shout
Acceptable
out
crazy
personally.
stuff.
Like after she shouts out the first person, I got you. But anyways,
We hope y'all
Ari's
have an
going to hit it off with a
amazing,
prayer, and we're
amazing
gonna let you
day,
guys
week,
go.
month, rest of the year, because
Yes,
we don't know what the rest of the year is gonna look like. Don't make me
yes,
get my
and go Nets, go Nets, go Nets, and go Denver. Denver's my favorite team, but I like the Nets because of Kyrie and KD.
We're not gonna talk about
But I'm
that.
not I'm
We're
not a
not gonna talk about
bandwagon.
that.
My
We're
favorite
not gonna
team
talk
is
about
Denver,
that.
so I don't just letting y'all know. What? Says
Okay, I could have
who's
sworn.
upset that
Could have sworn.
LeBron James is
I could have
injured
sworn KD's
and
injured.
probably not
I
coming
could have
back this
sworn
season
KD
until
was
the
injured.
playoffs. But you
Could have
know
sworn
what? Hit
KD was
us off
injured.
with a prayer.
He's healing. He's
You said
healing.
what?
LeBron's coming back. LeBron's coming back.
KD's
LeBron's coming
coming
back.
back most definitely.
Okay, KD's like
LeBron
33,
is damn near
32,
85, and
33.
he's
Come
damn
on.
near struggling to come back. But okay.
He's the hater
Look,
because he's not living.
moral of the story is: listen, we got some videos coming back for y'all, most definitely about sports and about the best player in the NBA. That's gonna be an argument to most definitely see because Ari loves to
No, it's wrong.
ride
My favorite
LeBron's
player
jock.
is 28, so I'm
But
not
we're gonna
riding his
leave that
job.
on for
I
another
just support
video.
him.
Dwayne Wade,
Nobody said he's coming back.
that man's retired.
He is.
He's long
100%.
gone. He's not coming back. The man's going to the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. My favorite player is
Mine's getting
retired
there,
too.
right?
So.
He has to wait till the class, right?
But
He has to
my
wait till the
favorite
class,
player is in
right?
the Hall of Fame. I'm like yours.
He's almost there. He's almost there, right? He
Keyword.
just retired.
Getting there. Mine, he's already in there.
He's great.
By the way, my
He
favorite
just
player is
retired
Steve.
3 years
It's
ago,
all
2 years
time
ago.
Steve Nash.
So
Steve
he'll
Nash.
be there in the next 4 or 5 years. But that's whatever. Yeah, they should. You
Okay, all
started it.
right, all right,
People
all
like
right.
Dwayne
I
Wade. You
don't think
started
the
it.
people
Please,
actually
boom.
care
All right.
about Dwayne
We're gonna
Wade
move on. We're
because
gonna get out. We're gonna let y'all go. Cause see, we're gonna let
people do
y'all.
like
Steve
Dwayne
Nash
Wade,
old news too.
but he's
But
old
we
news.
gonna let y'all
Get up out of
go.
here. Get
We're
up out
gonna
of
do
here.
a prayer and we're gonna end this joint off.
Says
Lord
what?
Jesus,
First off,
please
Dwayne
help
Wade
him.
is
Shut his mouth,
hot.
right?
Go.
When it comes to talking trash about these players, okay?
Hot garbage.
Nobody cares. Nobody asks for his opinions when it
Steve
came to
Nash,
that.
man.
He started the conversation and he's upset. Okay.
Dude.
That Kevin Durant is injured. It's okay. It's fine.
Upset about what?
It's all right.
First
Kevin Durant
off,
has 3
Kevin
rings.
Durant got more
Dwayne Wade
rings
has
than
how
your
many?
favorite. All
Dwayne
right,
Wade has
okay,
3.
okay,
3.
all right.
3. 3.
And Dwayne Wade
And one
has
Finals
many.
MVP.
How many? He has
No, he's
who?
not.
He has
He's
3.
not. He's not.
So if
He's
KD
not.
win this
No.
year, he's better than Dwayne Wade,
No.
right?
LeBron
He'd
has.
be
No.
having
LeBron
4. He'd
has
be
4.
four
They would be
time.
tied.
4 time. He'd be LeBron James, right?
LeBron's 4-4.
He got 4. 4 rings.
LeBron's 4-4. We got 4 Finals MVPs and we got 4
But
rings.
I'm pretty sure KD will win another ring though. Listen, all right. This is the last thing I'm gonna
LeBron
say.
could possibly end his
KD,
career with 5
I think
rings.
he might end his career with 5 rings. I'm not gonna
Or
cap.
6.
5.
He's gonna. That's okay. He's gonna
All
end
right,
his
we don't
career
care about
32.
LeBron.
It's
All
fine.
right.
It's fine.
Anyways, moral of the
But
story is all right.
32
We're
and
gonna hit
10,
prayer.
30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists.
He's
But
gonna hit with 30
that's
what?
not here nor there. All right, let's move on to a prayer. Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus,
Dude,
Lord Jesus,
dude.
Lord Jesus.
Nobody cares. Like
That's
what?
3.
That's why Steve Nash
That's
is
not of all
number
time.
what?
That's
3,
3
2.
and whatever
I
you're
don't
talking
even.
about. LeBron is 3 in all time scoring right now. We're not talking about that.
Bro,
Lord
your
Jesus,
favorite player is
we're gonna let
trash.
these people go now. Hush. Close your eyes about your head. If you watching or you
No.
listening, close your eyes about your head. Jesus.
I'm sorry, but
Whoa, that's a
I picture LeBron losing in
Lord
the first
Jesus.
round.
Be quiet. I've been telling you to be quiet. Lord, I just want to thank you for bringing everybody
Can
here,
you please end this video? All
gathering
right. This
them
video's ending. All right, all right,
to
all right.
have a great time listening to our podcast, right? Even when we're talking about serious things, we're talking about crazy things, even like we were just talking about right now. We hope that we're bringing them a sense of happiness, relief for that 45 minutes to an hour that we're putting a smile on their face, God. I pray that you cover them, cover our listeners, cover us as we are going on through our weeks, our days, and that everything we do is filled with the purpose that you have given us. And I pray that you cover us and protect us from all of these crazy things that is happening, God. And I pray that we have a great night, day, morning, week, month, and the rest of the year. In your name I pray, man. We'll see y'all next vid. Deuces, y'all.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all next video. Peace.